I had an opportunity to speak to Dr. Jayashree Bhatt, a leading ophthalmologist in Jayanagar, Bangalore, through a video call. She was genuinely concerned about our eyes during this lockdown and had some wonderful suggestions. I have collected all this in this video. Jump in and take a watch, and friends, watch until the end to get the complete information.
Okay.
Doctor, because of this lockdown, the number of hours spent in front of the digital screens like television, mobile, and computers have increased among people. Undoubtedly, our eyes are the first ones to get strained. Can you advise the necessary precautions?
As you recognized it right, these days, more than any other organ of the body, maybe even lesser than the brain, we are using the eyes. So this had already become a trend with the IT people even before the lockdown. But now, unfortunately, because of the COVID, though we have got so much of advantages because of technology, the disadvantage is that we are overstraining our eyes. So anytime a person uses eyes for more than 6 hours in front of a screen, then it amounts to excess of screen time, and then we call it as something which can cause digital eye strain. Okay, so right from children to young adults to the old aged, everybody is like hooked either to the television or hooked to the mobile or hooked to the computer. Television is still not so harmful because it is at a distance. However, the laptop is very close to us, the mobile or even the tab is handheld. So
Right.
these screens which are very close to us are the ones which are more harmful when compared to a television which is situated much farther away. Okay. So there are certain things which typically give a lot of strain. Our eyes are relaxed when we either close our eyes or when we watch a distance. But looking at something which is close to me, like a computer or a mobile, the muscles of the eye need to be tensed. So if you hold these muscles like this for a very long period of time, then it can give rise to blurring of eyesight. It can give rise to, brow ache, headache. So these kind of symptoms. Okay. So apart from this, whenever we are watching something very intently, we will not blink too much. Okay. We are generally staring at the screen. So this gives rise to dry eyes. And also because of the light and the electromagnetic waves that are emitted from the gadgets. So these are the things which are said. Of course, the tests have not been done like humans, but tests have been done in the laboratory. And they do say that these have got a lot of degenerative effects on the tissues of the eye, because our eyes are capable of absorbing these kind of electromagnetic waves that are hitting the eye. So then, there can be early cataracts, there can be early damage to the eye nerve. So definitely these are all the things which have a direct impact on the eyes. Apart from that, if you bring children, then they can be having like more trouble, in fact, including.
Sorry to interrupt. My next question was that probably we may need an elaborate answer.
Yeah.
As a parent, now most of our children are getting into online classes. Hours together, they are attending live classes, and apart from playing mobile games and watching endless YouTube channels, I'm as a parent, I'm doctor. I'm really worried. What do we do to protect these young and healthy eyes? What is your suggestion? What is your advice?
You before, it's the same problem that is happening to the adults, the same kind of problems the children also face. And especially in children, this becomes more of a sensitive issue because their tissues are more delicate. Okay, the tissues are still growing, and then it is the cumulative effect. Now suppose you are 40, and then you have started using mobile and laptop only now in your life. Think, but a child is something like 4 years, 2 years, 8 years, and they are already exposed. So then just cumulatively their eyes will be accumulating more of all these degenerative changes over a period of time. So coming to the remedies, whether be it the adults or whether be it the children, remedies is, as far as possible, we have to, first thing is, reduce the screen time. In fact, for children, there is a rule that is being given by the health authoritative bodies like the American Academy of Pediatrics and all that, which say that for children less than 2 years and all that, ideally don't expose them to a screen which is emitting light. Okay, so for children beyond 2 years, at least limit it to like maybe just a little bit of like say half an hour or something for a day, and then the more you can limit it is better. Now, unfortunately, since they have to also sit for academics in front of the screen, we have to make sure that simultaneously, along with that, they also have a lot of exposure to distance looking activities, like probably playing, at least whatever, little bit of environment they have, they should be encouraged to, move around and play, probably read books, get into more of, games, etc., which does not involve any electronic gadgets. And it is just not related to the eyes, it is because of to enable overall development, social interaction, intelligence improvement, etc. Otherwise, we will be only living in a virtual world, and virtual and reality is very different. And we just categorize it as what we can do for children and what we can do for adults. Okay, so for children, definitely make sure that whatever screen time they are having, that is limited as far as possible, and it is also having it is compensated by some other activities where there is no involvement of any gadget. Maybe you can play the traditional games, or they can read books. They can just go in the outdoor, the corridor, and now a little bit of relaxation is there, so they can just play outdoors. However, screen time has to be very strictly limited, and at the same time, just make sure that the child is having proper nutrition, because nutrition and water intake, because ultimately even these matter. It has come to our notice that if children are having deficiency of vitamin D, also they can get power in the eye. And every child should have had a proper eye examination from a qualified doctor, because in case they have some glass power which is not recognized and they are still using the screen, it will add to the strain. Okay, if they at least have the glass power, they have corrected glass power, they are better off. And the glasses that we advise, generally, whether be it for children or be it for adults, it should have proper anti-reflective coating or an anti-glare that we call.
Okay.
So these are the things to do in case of children. For adults, again, one has to take breaks. And at least like if you probably go on the internet, you will get a lot of information, like the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, just stop watching the screen, blink 20 times, watch 20 meters away. So these are all the ways to relax the eyes. Drink lots of water, use an anti-glare coating, make sure that your settings are okay. Your computer should not be, the light should not be hitting your eyes. It should very subtly, it should match the room lightings.
Right.
And all these are the things that one can make your, measures that one has to take.
Right. About glasses, so I'm wearing glass, and there are people like me who need to change their glasses periodically, and it is also time for their might be time for their periodic eye checkups, but they are not going because having this COVID fear psychosis. So what's your suggestion, doctor, to them?
Well, right, there was a point of time around, I think, 1 month where we were strictly not doing any kind of routine work, and we only stuck to emergencies, and we stuck to doing virtual consultations on video calls and audio calls. But now, definitely we have started working, like my center started working. Routine work is being done, and we are maintaining all the COVID compatibility standards, protocols that has been advised by the Government of India, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So people are welcome to come and get their glasses changed and that's the eye vision checkup done. Of course, definitely some of these glasses breaks, it's an emergency only. We cannot consider it as routine also.
What you mean to say is that your clinic is open and you are attending patients now?
We are working at limited hours, and we are working with limited appointments, and taking the safety precautions. So definitely, like all the facilities which were not open, which were like closed strictly because of lockdown, have been opened up now for public.
If someone has to consult with you, what are the ways to consult? How do they reach you?
see, earlier it was only physical consultations because we were having restrictions from the Medical Council of India, and we were not allowed to do any virtual consultations. Currently, because of the COVID and even maybe for future, teleophthalmology, which in other words means virtual consultations in the ophthalmology segment, has been opened, and I am available both for physical consultations and both for virtual consultations. So if one has to, meet me, they have to call up the clinic appointment numbers. So you can also visit our website, and there is a booking appointment option available on the website. So once this is done, we will reach out to the person, try to understand the problem, and see whether this is something which can be done in a virtual platform or whether this needs a face-to-face physical consultation. So that discretion is there, and then what we do is we either conclude that fine, this can be something which is very simple and can be handled in a virtual call, whereas something, if it is necessitating the need for the patient to come to the clinic, then only we call the patient to the clinic. One more very important model we are working on is a hybrid model, where initially all questionnaires, everything is done in a virtual platform, and only for that very necessary part, some procedure which has to be followed in the hospital, only for that the person is invited to the hospital. So that definitely cuts down the amount of time that the person, the contact time inside the hospital is cut down to a great extent, which is one of the things that we have been advising works in case of, in the matter of staying safe from COVID.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much for your suggestions and advice.
Thank you so much for having me here. Take care.